Private Limited. At Indiwool, we are developing very new, innovating, and sustainable fabric categories as well as the fabric technologies. The first fabric category that we have developed is Indiwool Denim fabric. We are a startup company based in IIT Delhi. Actually, it is IIT Delhi originated company. All the R&D for this product has been conducted at IIT Delhi itself. I am passed out from IIT Delhi. I did my MTech from IIT itself. And we are supported by IIT right now and as well as the Hero Group and by Ministry of Textiles. So as you know that today more than 70% of garments are made from synthetic fibers because these synthetic fibers have some advantages over the conventional fibers, but there are lots of disadvantages of these fibers because these fibers are mainly coming from the petrochemical based products. These are dyed with synthetic dyes. These use a large amount of water. Also, the products are not skin friendly. That's why we are coming up with a completely new, innovating alternative of these fibers, and all the products that we are building are 100% natural, renewable, and biodegradable. And we are processing them with the sustainable waterless technology also. And our aim is to safeguard the global sea population by driving increased consumption of wool in the denim. Because today, 340 million sheep are raised particularly for the meat production, not for the wool production. Even in India, the sheep population is India comes at the third position in terms of sheep population, but in terms of wool production, it comes at the seventh position. So this is the condition. On the other hand, the synthetic fibers are used, while the natural fibers that are already available in the nature are like they are not even used and they have no value in the market because of there is no innovation, there is no such kind of thing that can be converted into the like commercial high value end products. So we are working on this theme, and that's why we are developing all natural wool kind of fabrics. So we have invented a new and innovating Indiwool denim fabric. This is the revolution in the denims. What the difference is that we have first ever dyed wool with indigo dye, and it is the world's first indigo dyed wool yarn in denims. Our patented dyeing process imparts the indigo shades over the wool yarn itself. It is very lightweight, less bulky, breathable, yet comfortable to wear in very cold climate, and you can wash it similar to the existing cotton denim. Like there are unique wash-on effects are possible over the garment made of Indiwool denim fabric. What the tech involved in the product is, like you know that in the war direction today it is in the existing product it is indigo dyed cotton yarn, while in wrap for the cold climate you can insert wool. That wool comes at the reduction of the fabric. It constitutes only 30 to 30% of the total fabric weight. So it is not suitable to wear in next to garment like jacket because wool is irritating for the skin. But what we did is we have dyed with wool with indigo dye itself. So we are keeping warm indigo dyed wool yarn, and in web we are inserting for jacketing it is wool. That's why the fabric is 100% wool. And for next to garment like jeans, we are using cotton in the web direction. Still the fabric is 70% of the wool content. So how is it addressing the problem? Like if you are wearing formals, you will have a thermal comfort up to 21 degrees Celsius temperature, and you are wearing cotton denim jacket over your like formals, you will have a thermal comfort only up to 19 degrees Celsius. That is not suitable. 18 degrees Celsius, but the garment made of Indiwool denim fabric of different qualities, you will have a thermal comfort up to from 4 to even up to like 35 degrees Celsius temperature because wool has we are using merino wool and wool has thermoregulatory properties. These are our products that we have built. Like category, it is 100% wool. These are the 4 products that we have built. These all products are lightweight, 100% merino wool, ideal for premium outer wear, like maximum thermal insulation, and being made of wool. These are naturally like renewable, biodegradable, naturally flame retardant, and water resistant. The second category that we built is, as I mentioned earlier, it is wool and cotton. Cotton in the web direction. So it balances cotton's classic drape with wool's breathability. The third is elastic with elastin, like in the web it is cotton with lycra. It performs well, particularly for like mobility kind of wearables. And we are adapting actually technologies to create new innovations. Since everybody knows that today, like how much amount of water is used in the denim manufacturing, even from sizing to finishing as well as during the garment manufacturing. So we are coming up with the new technologies that are already available, but nobody tried to find out the new applications for these technologies in the textiles. So we are coming up with the plasma technology that you will see. Can I? So actually, these rollers are acting as an anode and cathode. It is the plasma that is generating between the nib. When we pass the wool fabric, because wool fabric has high shrinkage tendency, so it shrinks when you wash it. So when we pass the fabric through this machine, the fabric becomes completely shrink resistant and it becomes completely clean, and there is no use of water. So through the incorporation of plasma in Indiwool denim fabric manufacturing process, we have reduced the water consumption by 170 liters of water per kg of material. And there are a lot of advantages of the plasma technology, because when you are going for the superwash kind of wool, then you will have to have like at the initial stage coating on the surface of the fiber. But in the case of and it adversely impacts the thermal insulation. While here the plasma is only removing the surface scale, but not making the surface smooth. The zigzag configuration responsible for the thermal insulation is as it is and intact. So this is our product roadmap. Like other than Indiwool denim, what we are doing at Indiwool in IIT Delhi, the Indiwool denim right now it is completely ready for the commercialization. The second product that we are coming, because the plasma is at the R&D stage right now. So the second product that we have planned is plasma enabled Indiwool denim fabric, and the third we are going to develop body heat reflecting denim fabric, means even up to -10, -20 degrees Celsius temperature, you can have a denim which is similar in thickness wise. It is similar to the cotton, but it will provide you the thermal comfort even up to -10, -20 degrees Celsius temperature, because it will have the body heat reflecting kind of properties. It will have a smart and very like high technical kind of fabric. It will come into the category of protective textiles that we are already in the in the R&D stage and doing at IIT Delhi. We are also developing product for Indian Army that is also in the R&D stage. Like today, the India is importing extreme cold clothing that is used less than -20 degrees Celsius, like -30, -40 degree. So India is importing from US and Australia. So we are making ECC, extreme cold clothing for Indian armed forces, that are going to be very lightweight, less bulky, breathable, noise free, and comfortable to wear in those such climatic conditions indigenously. Now I would like to invite Mr. Rajiv Madan, who is mentoring us and who is from IIT Startup Ecosystem. So we met at IIT Delhi, and today Mr. Rajiv Madan is like a backbone for Indiwool, and he is mentoring for the commercialization of this product in the market as well as like over the strategic decisions of the company. So, sir, can you please come and take that?
So just let this slide be there. I want to speak a little more on this slide. Thank you so much. I could see Satendra, a lot of Josh in him, going at a very high speed to get me sari knowledge. I want to tell something very simple and how basically we go on the commercial world. See, let me tell you my background. Basically, I have a least background in the textile, but I've been into the product development for the last 4 decades. I've seen products evolving, dying its own death, and there are certain products which become very hit. The challenge is when I met Satendra at IIT Delhi, and I said, and I've been mentoring a lot of startups. I said, this is something to Jan a product with. Only I met Professor Butola, and he said, yeah, this little R&D, a lot of R&D. He didn't talk to the patent. These guys worked for 4 years. Wonderful. Plasma technology, I said, it took them time. By the way, I want to tell you something. Again, the least one is the textile. Plasma technology has not been fully exploited in India. And I saw that machine in IIT and see how they have got the machine. And if you look at the roadmap, I would like to spend some time on this. Initially, we said that we're going to come with the Indiwool 100% cotton, then 60 to 100%, etc. And he was talking about that there are challenges in dyeing the wool, etc. because it has its own properties. And this is where I think there are challenges, shrinkage, etc. And plasma technology is very useful there. So initially 60 to 100% we are talking about. Then we are talking the plasma because the machine is very expensive. To be very honest, we're a startup, by the way. We are going to be funded, right, as any other startup system, And the product, patent, these are our armors, And this is what our strength is all about. This product has been developed by Satendra, along with Professor Butola, who carries a lot of experience in chemical technology. Now, we want to see the light of the day. Here, where I think we are talking about, we made a small roadmap. Of course, we'll be going to a lot of investors as well. And in 26, 27, we are talking about basically introducing the plasma technology. By that time, we feel that will be good enough, would have made some revenues out of it, and would have certain investors who is going to bet on us. And there where I think this plasma technology will come into play, which is waterless technology. It will save gallons of water, which is good, right? Good for nature, good for the world. And there where I think this is going to be a paradigm shift actually. Thereafter, another technology 26, 27, and then as you was talking ECC, this is our roadmap actually. So we go to the world and say, hey, this is what something we are doing. We are not doing something traditional. When I talk to Professor Butola, he has something to say that मेरे कई students ने PhD किया है. But this is something is a very unique, and that is why when you listen to his video which has been recorded, you will realize how simply he has talked about and how this technology can be commercialized, one of the best technologies which is going to the first time in India. And I can see, being very frank with you, there are 2-3 bugs which are there, which needs to be rectified, and it will be rectified very soon. So this is a complete product development, and it's come to a stage which is 98%, 99% already to be used. And thereafter, there will be series of product development trials and so on and so forth. So can you go to the next slide? Again, I will not bore you with the entire thing, just wanted to give you, because you have both boring slide at total addressable market, serviceable addressable market. It's huge market, 345 billion. Billion is a huge number. Then it comes to SAM, about $125 billion. And what we can achieve is about $12.5 billion. This is primarily for the investors to tell them that it's a huge denim market. We are building something which is biodegradable, shrink-proof, etc. There are challenges. And as we go along, we raise funding. There are so many manual processes which will be automated, which will lead to the reduction of the cost. Because whatever you develop, unless it is cost effective, it's not going to see the light of the day. And this is where we are working, and this is why we are very carefully drafted the product roadmap. So I think if you go by this, there's a huge market potential, which is why we want to spend a lot of time in the innovation, backed by good funding, etc., and good customers. Already we have been talking to a lot of customers. They've shown good amount of interest. Hope that we make a deal very soon on this one. Next slide. Again, this is the team, Satendra, the founder who created this baby, You told Professor Butola, I think his video will be there for you. You can just go to that pre-recorded video. He couldn't come to his personal engagement. And Rajiv is the, marketing guy who's been looking after this. Mohit is the branding director, myself. And Deepak Gupta is again a consultant who has got a huge experience in textile. What we're trying to do, hire some more people. Hiring is on. That shows our growth. We want some wool expert, because this is something related to the wool. Cottons, they're existing for a long time. So we are growing and definitely doing something innovative. We are for it. Looking forward to your kind support. Thank you very much. Good question.
I'm a professor at the Department of Textile and Fabric Engineering at Delhi, and I work in the area of textile chemical processing in the department. I have been involved with Indigotex right from its inception, and we are trying to commercialize the technology of dyeing wool with indigo dyes, which we developed at lab scale. So in this process, basically, we are trying to dye wool with indigo dyes without damaging wool, because generally indigo dyes are used for cotton at high pH, which can damage wool. Also, wool is also prone to felting when it is washed. So we have developed another technology which is based on plasma, where we can minimize the shrinkage of the wool. So this plasma technology is a totally dry, solvent-free, chemical-free process, which has minimal environmental impact. Also, for these technologies, we have got patents which will protect the product in the commercial world. So the whole idea of using wool to create denims was to capture the already existing familiarity of denim in the world. And denim is considered to be more of a fashion garment rather than a functional garment. So by replacing cotton with wool, we tried to create a functionality in the denims so that they become both fashion as well as functional garments. So how functionality? So basically wool is a much warmer fiber than cotton. So when you use wool in place of cotton in denims, it creates garments which are much warmer and hence they are much more useful for cold climates. So we are specifically targeting winter months in North India, for example, and you can say Ladakh and North European countries using these kind of garments. So of course there were issues, there were challenges which we have tried to overcome during our research, and finally this has been taken to a stage which it is ready for commercialization. So in conclusion, I would like to say that this technology tries to create a product which so far at commercial level has not been demonstrated, and secondly it has been trying to use technologies which are much more greener or much more environmental friendly. As I mentioned that we are using plasma to reduce or you can say control the shrinkage which wool is very prone to.